Okay, so I've already converted and put my sublimation ink in the old ink holders. So I'm just filling it up now. Okay, so I just finished loading all my sublimation inks, and I did convert these. And as you can see, I just put a label. I have a label maker, so I put sub ink on it. So this is the ones that I got. It's from Seagull. I read reviews and it looks good. Next one I'm highly considering getting is Cosmos ink. But I just went with this one instead. So when you get the kit, you're going to get these right here. They send you these to fill in your ink. Don't use them. The Eco Tank, you can't use a needle to fill these with. It's just not going to happen. So don't even bother trying to put it in the syringe, to try to put it in the Eco Tank right here. It's just not going to work. One of the things I don't like about this is that they actually give you actual needles. Like, these are not blunt needles. Blunt needles is what we use that are not sharpened so that we can get things out in nursing. I am a nurse, so in nursing we use blunt needles when we're reconstituting, when we have to take one thing out of one bottle and put it into another. We do change needles in between though. We don't cross-contaminate. And it's blunt to make sure that there's no chance of accidentally getting a needle injection, especially if you're working fast, trying to hurry up and get this mixed up because you got to get it to a patient. So I don't like the fact that they send you real needles. These are actual needles. These are actual sharpened needles. They are not blunt needles. So that's negative in my part. I have a lot of friends and people that I know that are recovering, and sometimes they struggle, and just having needles laying around in your house that you don't need to have laying around in your house is a safety hazard. So I don't agree with that either. So that's the main negative thing I have for this Seagull kit. Now, that being said, when you clean these, because there's a rubber stopper on the top, there's always going to be just minimal ink left behind. But it's very minimal. I don't think it's going to do anything to the sublimation because it pretty much gets diluted, and it's not a lot that gets left behind if you clean things really good. I would suggest just taking this part off, which is what I did, because there's still some left from after I filled it out. These are about 70 milliliters right here. This is 100, so I still have 30 milliliters left in there. So just take this out and kind of squirt it into here so you don't have to go from like the top to the top, and it just makes a mess. Plus you're gonna have some left over, so you're gonna need to do that. The only one I didn't have left over for was the black, because as you can see, the black holds so much more ink, so I didn't need to do that for that one in terms of having any left over, but I still kind of squirted it inside using this regular topper. And then that way you can control it a lot better, and you're not wasting ink, because you want to save the rest of this ink to refill it so you can use it for later instead of accidentally spilling it all over the place. So I still can't start printing because I'm still waiting on my paper, but hopefully I'll be able to start printing soon. I am new to making my own prints. I'm not new to actually sublimating. I used to just buy the prints from someone else already made and then just heat press them at home, but I decided to start making my own prints. My daughters are artists, and I have original designs that I want to sublimate for them as well. So that's one of the main reasons I wanted to start doing my own. But if you can, go ahead and buy the sublimation ink that is already compatible with this type of top for your Epson Eco Tank printer. I believe Cosmos ink is like one of the only ones that I know that already has a compatible top. It'll save you a load of trouble. I really didn't like having to dump out the ink to be able to replace it with the other one, because I believe in using your resources and having to dump out ink when I could have used it in a second Eco Tank, which I don't have yet, but I plan on buying a second one just for regular printing and making stickers and stuff like that. So I didn't like that aspect about it. I don't like wasting ink. I don't like being wasteful to begin with. So if you can get one that is actual compatible, and I mean that has the tops, the actual tops, so click into the Eco Tank, get those instead. And that's it from one newbie to another.